Okay guys, this is my 2 cents on the whole Broom Closet issue currently. There are a lot of Wiccans that have been Wiccan for years and years and years and are still in the Broom Closet, per se, because they're either in what they would see as an unaccepting environment as far as their family and friends and everything, but I don't think that you necessarily have to come out of the Broom Closet, but it's all on you. This is more or less my coming out of the Broom Closet story. My mom was Wiccan. To date, my dad doesn't know that. And even if I did tell him, he probably wouldn't admit it. Everything I learned, well, almost everything I learned from her. And, yeah, that's basically what that one is. But when I decided to start telling my friends, I looked to the people that were, of course, closest to me, which were my friend Amber, Stacy, and a few others. The first person that I actually came out to was my friend Stacy. Lo and behold, she was Wiccan. I didn't know that, but we kind of had a mutual coming out to each other. It was kind of funny. Then my friend Amber, she was like, oh, okay. That was it. We just continued talking about whatever we were talking about, I forget. But we continued our other conversation. My dad, that wasn't a good one. He was yelling at me because we were going to be late for church. Mass, actually. Catholic church, rather. And I couldn't care less about going to church. Or Mass. All it did was annoy me, and I had to sit there for an hour of this old dude preaching at me. He would, in one sentence, tell me, okay, you can't, you shouldn't be bigots and yada yada yada, and you shouldn't lie and yada yada yada, and then the next thing then I'd talk to him after church, and he'd say, no matter what you do, if you ever get into Wicca, you're evil, or if you ever get into witchcraft, you're evil and satanic, and they would, Wiccans and witches would sacrifice children to their gods, and I'm like, yeah, no, you just contradicted yourself all over. Your face. He didn't like being called wrong. An 82-year-old man, of course, is not going to be like being wrong. First off, he's a man. Second off, he's 82 years old and stuck in his ways. He's not going to be more accepting of anything. But my best advice is to come out to someone, start talking about what you believe. Don't say that you're Wiccan or you're a witch, because you will get funny looks and called evil. But if you just start talking about what you believe and justifying what you believe, and then tell them, how are they going to say that you're wrong? I didn't really go into detail about my dad. Okay, he had told me that we were going to be late for church and blah, 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 and I told him I couldn't give 2 shits less. I didn't believe in his, what was it? What did I say exactly? I'm trying to remember. I didn't believe in his selfish, arrogant, something or other God, and he just dropped his jaw on the floor, and he didn't talk to me for 2 weeks. But he was quite a bit pissed about that. Then after I talked to him, he let me talk to him, rather. Not said that way. He said that I could have an altar. Then last week he told me I couldn't. He said that he didn't want anything to do with witchcraft in his house. He's flip-flopping on me. Pissing me off. Regardless of what he says, I'm going to have an altar in my room or in another room in the house. And he's not going to know about it, because I've had that altar in my room. My mother had that altar in my room since I was 3. So 16 years it's been there. He has not come across it yet. He has not questioned the contents of it. He just ignores that bookshelf that I have completely. So I'm thinking I'm just going to leave it there. I think he was actually under the impression that I didn't have an altar when I had more or less, when we were talking about it and he said that I could have. I think he was under the impression that I didn't have one at all, which is of course totally wrong. And I do. And I adapted my mother's to my own tastes. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Bless you.